Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another chapter of Experiencer Interviews. And today we've got another amazing soul coming to us from Australia. We have Elsa Dillon on board today. Elsa Dillon, including her husband Richard Dillon and their 8 children, are a family of 10 experiencers living on a farm in Byron Bay Hills, east coast of Australia. Both Elsa and Richard are international fashion photographers and videographers, shooting celebrities, magazines, and advertising BTS professionals for over 3 decades. This will be the Dillon family's second incarnation here on Gaia, as they are part of what we call a family of oversouls. Elsa will be sharing with us some of her experiences regarding the paranormal and their contact with over 400 beings to date in many forms and multi-dimensional realms. So Elsa, thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you for having me. Hello, everyone.
It's a family of experiencers, but both of their children had stuff when they were kids. The youngest, well, the eldest, the male had clowns in his bedroom in the morning. Basically, probably grays, I imagine, because she had gray stuff later on. Her daughter, when she was 16, she'd wake up with what she would call trolls jumping on the bed. They were playful, and she was afraid of them. And she would close her eyes, and the little trolls, let's say, would forcibly, open the girl's eyelids so she could see them. And but they jump around, and they were playful, and but at that age, it could have been traumatic, but still, it's not always bad. It's just how you perceive it.
The interesting thing about fear, and I can relate to that little girl because I would run and jump onto my bed because I was worried that the hands would come and grab my ankles, is that fear, and this is what my husband taught me, which was very, very important message. Fear is more than what fear is. I used to ride motocross with my husband, and I came off and I fractured my wrist, and I went into shock for the first time. We had no children at this stage, and he said, "I'm going to have to leave you in the forest. So are you going to be okay with this?" And I was fine with the forest, but I wasn't fine with the fear, because what was happening is my pain was starting to escalate in my head. And because I had never had proper pain, I didn't understand what pain was except in movies. So in my mind, this pain is never going to stop. It's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. It doesn't happen like that. What happens in your body is very clever. It's a very clever machine, our bodies. Our bodies get to a certain level of pain, and then it shuts off. It stops there, and your body goes numb from that point of pain. So you'll feel up to that point of pain. The rest of the fear or the pain is a program in our heads. And you can turn that off, but you have to be aware that it is that. And he said that to me. My husband said, it's shock. Shock comes in a wave like that, and you feel like it's not going to stop, but shock will stop at a point. And that's your point. That's like your threshold of pain. You've heard that saying. So you got your threshold of pain, and then it will stay there. And if you can just not freak out, not let your mind freak out, you'll be okay. And it was. And that, knowing that information, I had natural home births with the kids, no drugs. Because I knew that the pain would only go to that point, and then the body would turn off the pain and deal with it differently. I just had to, from that point on, had to switch the fear, pain, or program off in my head. Once that goes, it's the pain. There is no pain. It's the most amazing thing. Another film I describe is Lucy, how she turns once she evolves with the drugs or whatever that are in her, and she is ascending, she can turn the pain off. Once you turn that pain off, the fear pain, then your body can really go into rapid healing, rapid healing. That fear, pain here fills up all your energy and stops your body healing. Through Richard helping me understand pain, and then the beings sending me information or technology, from that point on, they can heal me, or I can heal myself. So they gave me technologies or different techniques to heal my body. And you just go, wow. But if I stayed in a fear state, the little girl running and jumping on the bed and not wanting to open her eyes, then I can't get to that next level. Okay. And that's where if we can assist, I call us ships, because we're bringing in the new seed, the new craft, the new kids. We can bring in the new kids to not have that fear, how different it will be for them. Mm. I mean, we're already seeing a lot of kids come through and they see it so differently, but if we can support them even more.
Regarding the information that your husband told you about fear, is exactly what a reptilian told a friend of mine. Her name's Nancy Tremaine. She had contact with the reptilians, and she called her reptilian Mister. And I think she had an event where she was really in pain, and the reptilian said, "Is what you're perceiving pain. You're perceiving pain. You're thinking it." So that's what you were describing is exactly what the reptilian said to my friend.
Thank you for sharing that, because I love hearing that. What a great, I broke my back last year, one of the beings that assisted, and I was in so much pain. And this being was reptilian as well. And that's why I'm going to show you, because it's interesting. That's house.
House
being. And house is a doorway. That's what it means, house. And the way this reptilian being came to us, he came to Gigi through a song, and she was not happy with the song. It was, I'm a reptilian, I'm a reptilian. That was the song that came through on her phone, but her phone was not on, and her phone has never downloaded that song. So she had no idea how this song was coming through her phone, and she got really annoyed with house. Anyway, we worked out that this being's coming through. Once she got through the annoyed feeling with this being, because she felt a bit violated how it came through on the phone and saying I'm a reptilian, because our understanding of reptilian has always, what we hear isn't of the nicest things, but we believe there's always two sides. Anyway, so Gigi starts drawing this being, and this reptilian being showed us all our names, our family names, in order of our age. Then the being started showing us the reptilian frequency in each family member. And each family member has a certain amount of reptilian in them, because we have reptilian inside our head. And it's in the mind area as well, right near the pineal gland. And it was showing us the percentage, and 2 members of the family have more reptilian in them than house. And he gave us those percentages as a sign of, he showed us like how the ancient Indians would trade. So it was like a fair trade. He showed us that like that to make us feel safe with his information. Once we had his information, then Gigi could complete the drawing and complete his information. And then he offered me a healing tool to help me heal all my damaged cells in my body from my back being broken. And if it wasn't for the beings, I can honestly say I would not be walking today.
I hurt my back a few months ago, so I can relate.
Yeah.
Did you know that I had a few friends that passed loved ones, dead loved ones, communicated through phones with them. Dead people can communicate with you through technology, yeah. And a friend of mine, her ex-husband, now this happened this maybe early summer, he was watching a a program. He's in the States, so he was in his man garage. So he had a nice sofa and a big, big screen TV in the garage. So he was watching a TV show. During the commercial, the sound started to slow down, like morphed and distorted. And within the voice that came through the TV said, "We are not here to harm the humans." She's a hardcore contactee. He's not an experiencer. So that was his first wake up call to, stuff actually happened. He ran into the house to tell her, and he was taping it, of course. They rewinded it, and in that sequence where he replayed it, and nothing happened. So so they do come in through technology somehow.
They definitely. Well, we find the way we found out about angels and ETs through electrical meter box blowing up. And that night we found out about how energies travel, and they travel through water, they travel through metallic rocks, and they travel through glass, they travel through electricals and obviously frequencies. But that to materialize for us, we say to people, if a glass smashes, did that smash randomly, or did you do it? Did you do it, or did it, if a glass breaks because someone's trying to get your attention, or a window, because glass is water. It's solidified water. That's the other way we find mist, rain, electrical storms just before or after. And the other way is things turning on and off, on and off, on and off. We have that. If any of those things happen for your viewers or yourself, you might now just go, hang on a second, what's going on here? Like, I shared with people that I would have an iPhone, and every time I would have my iPhone, it would never have the right time as everybody else's iPhone. But how is that possible? Because they're so accurate. So we thought my phone was broken. So we went and bought another one. And the new phone did the same thing. So it was like in my frequency, I could change the frequency of the phone, or whatever being was around me was changing the frequency of the phone. Or so I agree. It does happen through like flickering lights.
Does your daughter, the one connected with electricity, does she have problems keeping, electrical devices on? Does the battery drain?
More like it will come on.
Okay.
It's not just because it's not just electrical, it's electromagnetic as well. So she can be walking past you, she'll zap you. The cats the cats love her, but they always test her when they go up to her because they know she might give them an electric shock. Because we are a big family, Gigi, who has drawn those pictures I've shown today, and Ginger share a room, and Gigi says she can hear her energy through the night. It's like a hum. One thing we've noticed with Ginger's energy is beings are kind of not wary of her, but we tease, the kids tease Ginger. They say, oh yeah, all the beings are scared of you, Ginger, but they're not scared of her. It's just her way that her makeup is. So they need another port to be with Ginger to accept a being to come through for Ginger. So it'll either be myself or Gigi or my husband, or someone else will have to be with Ginger before one will come through. And it's always someone quite a different experience with Ginger. But it's funny for her, for her to walk past devices and you'll see the electric shock come out. There's nothing wrong with the appliance, but you can see it come out. And it's like, wow. We had our son get electrocuted by lightning because we have to be very careful when we are with electrical storm with her, because lightning just seems to come near her. So we just have to be part of our family. It's just fun stuff, it's just, it sounds really, I don't know. I don't know what it sounds like to other people anymore, but it's just, to us, it's just happening. So it's just another little fun thing to tell.
Well, regarding all the contacts you have, has anything regarding the new Earth ever been brought up?
Yes. Yeah. They keep asking to share. They've said that I have to speak up, keep going the way we're going, keep sharing, keep sharing. They've showed a near miss of alignment of planets. They showed me that, and it was like millimeters, how pyramids are built with precision. It was like that. It was a near miss. The shift has happened, and they showed a clear void space. And even the beings don't have full idea of what is about to present now. And it's up to us. And it's a clean slate. They keep showing me a clean slate, and it's up to us to keep this momentum going. And I'm sure that you notice how different you speaking up was a year ago to now.
Yeah.
How fast it's starting to spin, and it's contagious, and it's gonna the momentum is here now. You can't not stop the momentum now. You can't undo it. It's doing now. It's in motion, and now we're spinning, and I'm spinning, and you're spinning, and now we're the ones that aren't spinning. They're spin slow or heavy, or they're even holding it back like that through us spinning. And us shining our light, whether they want our help or not, it just spreads.
A lot of people that have these amazing stories, a lot of them are afraid of speaking out, either because of their family, how they might be viewed, or a lot of them have people working in the military, or they're part of the military, so they do want to keep things hush hush. At least you're out there, and you're the fact that you're talking, it does help people maybe get closer to you, and some of them probably do reach out to you, and that's very healing, at least to me, I think. Before we end this interview, do you have like a closing statement that you might want to get to my viewers?
Yeah, we've shared a lot of things with talking today, but at the end of the day, we do our day-to-day things. So I'm a mum, and I have dishes to do and clothes to put away. These things that we're doing, yes, sometimes they'll be a little bit different, but I'm also doing them while I'm doing my normal day-to-day things. So noticing things, appreciating things, offering things, gifts, speaking with beings, I'm doing through the day-to-day. It's not this magical spiritual moment and I had to do a full meditation or anything. It's happening always, every single moment. And if we can share that with other people, it might not make it feel so far away. And if I'm doing it, I'm here in flesh and blood. My children are here, flesh and blood. My husband is. We are all doing it. We're all able to do things. It's just you've just got to find what your thing is to do, and connect and whom to connect with. And you might not connect with any of those type beings. You might connect with something completely different. But everyone has you're here for a purpose.
Well, thank you so much for coming on today. You're a beautiful soul, and you've got a beautiful family, and I feel very blessed that you chose to come on my show today. So thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
And to those watching, hope you enjoyed today's interview. I'm your host, Mr. Gray. More interviews coming up, and I'll see you guys next time. So take care, everyone. Hello, everyone. This is Mr. Gray, and thanks for watching today's episode. If you are an abductee, contactee, or experiencer, and you believe that your story could help others, please feel free to contact me through my YouTube channel email. When it comes to experiencers, the ET phenomena, and the future, remember, truth will out.